Hello! Happy Wednesday! I totally didn't see some of you guys, or if not all of you guys, but not 24 hours ago. Holy shit, guys. Guys, I slept. I slept. I took a nap. I did. Now, all I just need to do is make sure I don't sleep at a ridiculous hour of the evening morning. We're nailing it. How am I muted? I'm not muted. Okay, I was like, no, oh, you're muted. Hi, Shin. Hello, have fun with stream. Don't tell me what to do. No, thank you. Thank you, 07s. Go to sleep at 8 a.m. I feel like you misspelled waking up at 8 a.m. 7 a.m. the usual morning lineup. Something, sweep till the floors are clean. Alright, guys. Guys, I totally forgot that we need to close out our insanity board today on Pandemonium. How do I explain... Oh, God. I usually go to sleep... Evie! Okay, listen. Who am I to dictate how people live their lives, you know? Because some people have, like, work night shifts, and so they have to sleep at 8 a.m. As long as you are being healthy and kind to yourself, who am I to judge? Healthy and kind to yourself and to others, who am I to judge? Judge me, I'm a NEET? Okay, well then, I mean, listen. I would love it for you to strive to take better care of yourself. Because seeing you guys thrive honestly makes me happy. You met the MLM queen? Dude, she is gaslight, gatekeeping, and girl bossing in the critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV. So your horse daughter finally has an IRL win. Wait, which one of my horse daughters? Teo? Wait, did she get a win? Oh, Haru! Haru, wait, no, yeah, she has an IRL win from the where there was a race for retired horses, and she won. She won. We love her at 29, dude. We love her. I love Urara Haru. Haru Urara! A queen, truly an unbothered, staying in her lane queen. Oh my god, hi Neil, please tell me you too have fallen to the Musume pretty derby. I'm gonna be yapping about this while I'm booting up the insanity board, by the way, so don't think I'm gonna be stun locked for like 30 minutes. Some of my friends who are like steeped in the gacha pill, my gacha content creator friends, are finally downloading Musume Pretty Derby, and slowly but surely they are coming to me and being like, how the fuck do you race these horses? Because I suck ass. And I'm like, oh, you sweet summer child. Boy, do I have some tips and tricks for you. It is time to be racing them horses. Something you have deep niche knowledge about? I don't even consider myself having deep niche knowledge. I have some friends who have been Musume pilled for years. Please understand that this game has been available in the JP servers for, I think, 3 years now. I am already outclassed by far. I'm just thoroughly enjoying racing horses, and like, listen, I may have some finale career wins. Two of them most notably being, one was Haru Urara. Yeah, she won. I got her to win. My horse daughter. And two, Gold Ship. So like, I would say like, I may know a thing or two about I may know a thing or two about horses. I don't even bet on horse racing IRL. I really don't advise any of you to bet on horses IRL. And I'm not saying this from experience. I have never, and rarely do I ever knock on an experience when I have never tried it myself. But there's a reason gambling is considered a vice. And I will actively discourage you from seeking it out in real life. Although, to be fair, let's be honest, gacha is just covert gambling, but just with anime. So, you know, guys, what is, aside from like the hydration and touching ass with consent, the third most often thing I say on stream is to be financially responsible. But for real, be financially responsible. Have you won with Teo? I did. I have. I was playing her when I ended stream, her career, and we got it, and I'm satisfied. I have 9 career wins. And it's wonderful. Alright, let me... Wait a minute, why am I yawning now? Wait a minute, that's wrong. I shouldn't be yawning. It's too early for me to be yawning. The fuck? That's not right. I shouldn't be yawning this early. If horse betting is financially irresponsible, why do the horses have funny names? That... How does that correlate? That's also implying the opposite. If hypothetically horse betting was responsible, would the horses have unfunny names? Like if horse betting was responsible, you would just have horses named Bill and John, or like, I don't know, a horse named like Thomas. Wait, how does that correlate? Dude, I found out that there's horses IRL, racing horses. One is named Skibbity Riz. Another's name is Fortnite. These are actual race horse names. I low-key want to know the lore behind why they have such unique names. I believe in the US, we do have... Like, there is a... Hold on. Let me look it up. There is a horse naming convention. I don't know if that carries over in Japan. Hold on. You know, let's do it. Why are race horses names so weird? That's like the first... Oh my god. What I do know, I believe the naming convention, though, for example, Gold Ship. Gold Ship is an offspring from a racehorse named Stay Gold. And I believe, like, a very common naming convention is that they are named after, like, their lineage, like, who they came from, like, that line. They have, like, a name or a callback to it, but that's not always the case. Imagine your horse-torian arc. Okay. Why would you immediately assault me physically like this, Yuzi? Wait, what do you mean? What did I do? The horses have actual names in the professional racing league? I didn't know. Okay. Let's see. Okay. The Encyclopedia Britannica have the 7 weirdest racehorse names in history. I just want to know, what are the... What? Okay, we're doing... Hold on. Sorry, this is... We're... Horsing around 7 of the weirdest racehorse names in history. Poto? His owner asked the stable to write the host's name Potatoes, but the boy diligently wrote pot followed by 8 O's. Number 6 is Waikika Moo Cow. Pronounced Waikika Moo Cow is an expression, a New Zealand expression that refers to a remote place. Ghost Zapper. Hoof-hearted. Odor in the court is insane. And Clyde Van Dusen. That's not that weird. I'm not really into horses, but I love the names. I think all pets should be named like racehorses. Okay, to be fair, I was never a horse girly. I just think the stories behind these horses are really endearing. And okay, why do racing horses have weird names? Okay, I don't know if this is a reputable source. It's Mental Floss. But it comes down to making sure there's little repetition in the naming convention. Most governing bodies for a thoroughbred racing set certain parameters for names. That's understandable. In the United States and Canada, that's the Jockey Club, which routinely rejects up to a third of naming submissions. You can't, for example, go past 18 characters. Use only numbers, or use the names of living persons unless given permission, use profanity, and so on. The name can't be one of the hundreds of thousands already registered, a prohibition that can last for years after a horse's retirement or even forever. Nor can you simply change the spelling slightly. Right? The naming structure usually adheres to a few subcategories. A name could refer to a horse's lineage. A horse dubbed Money in the Bank, for example, could sire an offspring named Direct Deposit. That's insane! Wait, that's so clever! Wait, holy shit! Wait, dude, do you know how hard Direct Deposit would be for a racehorse that had like a winning streak? That's an insane, dude, that is an insane name. It's free aura. Oh my god. Depending on the regulatory body, some names get shot down. The British Horse Racing Authority passed on naming a horse Harry Balzich or P. Ness. Somehow, Hoof-hearted got the nod in the United States. Hoof-hearted, who farted? That is amazing. Oh my god. Okay, guys, what would your horse name be? Come on. Have you heard of Burgoo King or Donut God? Dude, that would be my name. Loan repayment is insane. No, it's Who Farted. Hoof-hearted is Who Farted. Poop Sniper or Jonathan Gooch absolutely would be shot down. Mine would be Slack King. That's like the Pokemon. But do you really want, if you're a racehorse, do you really want to be named Slacking? I feel like that would be a bad omen. Would it not? God, wait. Who was it? Neo who was curious about learning like the origin of names? Amazing. Beautiful. No notes. That means when she wins, it's incredible. True. Dickie Norman. Bro, that would be shot down. Oh my god. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know. I didn't realize I would be yawning this much. Asian sex tapes is a good name. That will never be approved in the history of ever, but sure. Alright. Here's the game plan. Dude, I'm so mad, but I can't take... I keep on wanting to yawn, but I can't take any caffeine, because if I take caffeine, sure, I'll have energy for stream, but man, I'm gonna be fucked in the evening. I need to do something. I need to do something to get my energy up. I need to do something. Also, I think the Charlie at Night music is making me sleepy. Midstream nap? No. Cold water? I've been drinking water. We need something. I need something to, like, keep my energy, my vibes up. Oh, you know, I wonder if this would be a good time to use the 1 hour of silence followed, like, with interspersed, like, Taco Bell gong sound. I wonder if that will be better or worse. One hour of silence broken by... Okay, guys, do you want the metal pipe falling sound? The dodgeball sound? 1 hour of silence occasionally broken by Mario Wah. 1 hour silence occasionally broken up by Lego Yoda death sound. What the fuck is that? Oh my god, wait, do the lead pipe one, do the Yoda one, Yoda. You know, we could probably play this and play like another song over this so it's not like just dead silence. Hi, okay, you know what? Hi, YouTube VOD, if you, because I know some of you do watch the YouTube VOD. I guess skip 10 minutes forward while we figure this out. And I'm sorry for what's gonna happen. Okay. Let's see. 1 hour silence broken by smoke alarm? Chirp? Oh my god, that would be horrible. What even is the 1 hour of silence randomly interrupted by Josh Hutcherson 2014 whistle edit is insane! This is why the internet has been made. This is what the internet's for. I believe. I want to know what the Yoda death sound is. Wait, is that it? Wait, that's beautiful. I love that. I need to think of another thing to... What is this? What do you mean? Beatrice laughing? Is this from a game? Is this from a game? Oh my god! No, I hate that! I hate that so much! Fuck that noise! Nope! I'm trying to think about... Okay, maybe... Oh my god, I hate the Yoda noise! Okay, I'm gonna see if I can do the Spotify thing. It used to be borked, but we'll see. Guys, I've been listening to a lot of Huntrix and K-pop Demon Hunters. Let me just add these to the stream playlist. Both are horrible. Is someone just watch K-pop? No! I've been waiting to watch it with you guys. Man. You guys want to listen to my bard chord music? You guys want to listen to medieval version of Eminem and Linkin Park that I listened to? I know, I was listening. When I used to do work streams, I used to like listen to your guys' submission, the music channel live. I should really bring that back again on Saturdays. Where is my stream playlist? What the fuck? Oh, there we go. Dude, Timer music fucks. I hate the Yoda! Let's see if this works. Can you guys hear it? Yeah. I haven't used Spotify in a while. I hope you guys can hear it. Da, 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 da. Hot woman laughing derisively at you is peak. Dude, we already have questionably like white what? Dude, people are barking at Athena last night. I don't need more of that today. All right, getting my tablet up. Oh my god! Did Miss Yuzimii remove Toonworld from the field? Yes. We finished it yesterday, but we're doing the insanity board today. Hold on. I'm gonna plug in my tablet. Windows system noise incoming in 3, 2, 1. Yes, though chat tried really hard to keep her from doing, which is like so surprising to me because chat always wants me to just put the fries in the bag. Although to be honest, I feel bad because I did psychic damage. I actively did psychic damage to chat, not the other way around, and I am so surprised. Okay, I didn't mean to! I wasn't trying to! It's... Okay, you guys do understand that there's gonna be a point in like the far, far future where they, like, you know, that's... It is the part of the 1900s! Okay, you know what? No, I refuse. No, because I got a YouTube comment the other day and I felt bad. Wait, where's the fucking comment? I posted it in the Discord. Hold on. Dude, I laughed so hard, but I felt kind of bad. They're like, one day you too will look back at something you loved from your childhood. Like the movie Frozen. Okay, first of all, I don't really like Frozen all that much. Unironically, I think Frozen 2 is a little better. My favorite movies though are like Treasure Planet, Atlantis, um, Meet the Robinsons. Okay, my all-time favorite movies though are Weathering with You, Weathering with You, Suzume. They're like the most recent Makoto Shinkai films right now. Let's all sync up our life alerts. I'm sorry. Oh my god, it's fucking Yoda. I meant the hour-long attempt to break her through kindness. Oh yeah, you. That was 1 hour. You guys stunned me for 1 hour. Don't be proud. Like, oh my god. Meet the Robinsons was so good. Yeah, dude, Diamond City Lights will forever be a classic to me. Okay. How do we? Okay, where do we? How do we even? Oh my god! Stop. Okay, I have to fix this. Once again, we have to fix this. So we learned that this section of Pandemonium is, first of all, it's not Abyssos. It's called. Oh, that's a very. Okay, change that. And Besios. I feel like I spelled that wrong, but you know what? It is what it is. And oh, it's Basios. And there's an E. I was close enough. The chaos board is always back. All right, Anavasios, we had to fight. Who the hell did we fight? It was all I remember is like Pandemonium crab, which I hate. We had to fight Panda. Then we had to fight Temis in the convocation room. We had to fight Temis. Oh my god! Okay, Temis. Oh my god, we had to Coctios, Cotaitos, Cocaitos, Coctos. Oh my god. Wait, I want to change this song. I need to be awake. What's a song that's gonna keep me awake? Okay, you know what? I'm actually gonna make an executive decision. Where is it? I'm gonna bring back this banger. Shadowbringers. There we go. Okay, bring back this banner. Can we play the soup song? I don't think Arcadian songs are on Spotify. Krakatoa? I don't even remember what the dude looked like. He just looked like a Death Eater. Oh my god! I think that's how you spell his name. And then oh my god, I have to draw her. How do I draw her? What breaks? I'm gonna turn this up. Yeah. Speaking of sin eaters, it's okay. This was like this was a literal white woman jump scare. Well, first of all, in God Moth Mommy form, or you gonna piss by yourself, handsome? What? She has like the braid. You know what? I think Nomad gifted me this hairstyle, and I almost wore it. We would have been matching. Oh my god. Is Geode's hairstyle too? Geo, my goat! I... Why? Why is that? Is that the bottom of a bathroom door? Why? I don't understand. Why? What would compel? Have you never seen that meme? I literally met this woman yesterday. I am scared. I'm scared too. I put this in my house if I didn't think I'd ever have people over. KO, what did you just send me? Oh my god, Yoda. On the bright side, Athena had bopping music for her fight. It was like it was really interesting and new. I don't know if I liked it, but I just like vibed with it. So maybe I did like it. I really liked the music in the room in the convocation room when we fought Themis. Thank you for the hydrate. Anyway, enough of this. I need to You know, She has like the mom hairstyle. If only she was a better mom. But she's a little deranged. Okay, there's... That's close enough. Athena. Right? And then she becomes... How... This... Hold on. She be... I will say, I feel bad that I didn't get to spend a lot of time looking at her because all I saw was her backside. Oh my god. No, the dead mom haircut is Hythlodeus. That will never change. But man, why did she have to look so cool? She was like... They had to like give her like such a cool butterfly design. God damn it, no. Alright. You know what? Fuck this. Where is... Unleashed. When I climb in the climb. Let's do this.
With his peerless blade work and preternatural agility, he's the apex predator of the cruiserweight division, the Howling Blade!
Woo! There we go. There's the climb song. I forget who asked for it, but it's here. She was a fucked up moth and we love that for her. She was a fucked up mom. She was giving a little bit of Garuda. It was like moth god thing. Okay. And so we learned that Athena is bad. Oh my god, we learned that Athena is bad because tried to use sun as vessel. Also, we have like a moment of clarity where she also not only did she wanted to use Erictoni as a vessel, fabricated affection. Like everything Erictoni knew was essentially a lie. Also, I guess I should just... I'm just gonna add this. Pissing by yourself. Handsome. So how do we do this? We turns out that also how... Oh my god, the Ascian sex tape text is so large. Oh, a Clodian is missing because Clodian is missing. We learned that that is literally because Athena does not have Erictoni as a vessel, so she decides to use Clodian instead. Oh my god, Emilians, I'm so sorry that I have to be so close to this nonsense. What is this storyboard? Welcome. It's for all of Endwalker that I have experienced thus far. Welcome to my disaster board. How else am I supposed to understand this story unless I write it down and fully process all the trauma that I'm experiencing? You tell me. Okay, so we learned that Clodian is missing because Athena wants to use as a vessel because she doesn't have Eric Tony, and this and Pandemonium in the ideoscope is actually it's actually a part of Oz's law. Oz's law. That's not how you spell Oz's law. Thank you for the spelling Oz's law. Big asterisk. Oz's law. And the reason why it's a part of Oz's law is because Clodian went there and that's how he became missing, but oh my god, how do I explain? Because he possessed, in his possession, had the heart of Sabik, and if I could have a arrow that goes to our non-existent ARR board, because who remembers that? Hi, Gigi. The heart of Sabik is an AR. Okay, this is gonna be. Hold on. ARR corner of safety. Because a long time ago, all the way back in ARR, remember this scene of where I need to look up, but hold on. Because if I cast my mind back to ARR, nothing can possibly hurt me. Okay, if you guys remember, back in ARR, we had a thing called the Ultima weapon. Essentially, Ultima looks like a centaur. Have you guys noticed that? I don't want to bring back the centaur discussion, but Ultima looks like a centaur. Okay, so we have Ultima. And then I'm gonna draw a little. I'm drawing a little. I want to see if you guys can guess who I'm gonna draw right now. Welcome to Pictograph. Picto something. I forget what the game is called. Just gonna. Pictionary, thank you, Flim Flan. Yeah, it's Gaius being pissed because For whom do you pick to? And then up top, it's gonna be... Just draw like a little mask. And we know that guy! We know that guy, right? And so inside of Ultima, there is this thing. That's okay. Well, it's oh my god. Okay, if you want to be technical, guys, I haven't even drawn an ARR insanity board yet. Okay. If we want to be technical, it's like. I plan on doing an insanity board for all the X packs, so that means I'm retroactively planning on going back. I can't draw Thancred. This is my crudest interpretation of Thancred. Oh god. What is a what is like a good... Oh, you know what? Let's listen to the P12 theme. Since we just did it. I want to listen to it again. That hair is not... I know! It's like longer. Oh god, that's worse.
You have done well to reach the seat of godhood. Now...
Wait, hold on. Is this the Savage one? Is the music different? I don't remember this cutscene being voiced. It was? Okay. Maybe I just wanted to suppress my memories. Like Eric Tony.
Bear your souls to me.
No! This is so bad. There. No, I have not seen the P12S model. Oh, I'm rotating. That's not what I wanted to do. Alright. But yeah, like we know. But the most important part is in the Ultima weapon, there's this piece of rock. Right? My eyes and brain hurt. Same. Welcome to my world. Oh my god. God damn it. Anyway, if there's a thing inside Ultima. All right. That gave it the embodiment of a soul, essentially. Well, not really a soul, but like, you know, it was a thing. So the heart of this was seen all the way back. Oh my god, I can't. That was so bad. The heart of Sabik was all the way back here. Guess who put it there? This guy. This motherfucker. Okay. So Clodian had the heart of Sabik. He went to Azizla because Athena was possessing him, essentially, or compelling him. That's why we have Pandemonium in the Ideoscope, because the the ethereal sea is obviously rich in aether, and Athena wanted to essentially use up all the ether for her own purposes to become what is essentially a god. That's it. That's literally it, and we find out that she manufactured everything Eric is and was. And we defeat her. She goes into oblivion, obviously, because what Eric does is Eric possesses Clodian. God forbid a woman have ambition. seeing Asking sex tapes on the board as well. Okay, I don't know how else to put it. I regret making it one of the biggest things on this board. I have many regrets right now. Okay. So, and so we find out that Eric kind of not really dies, but he just, you know, disappears. Also we find out that Themis was formed by Athena, because we fight Themis' a memory of Themis. A memory of Themis. But like, oh, I should also denote that. Hold on. I'm trying to figure out what's like. I'm trying to like concentrate. This is the most important information. We then, after we do all that, we essentially go back and we have it's not a heart-to-heart with everyone, but Laha-brea has this moment where he's like, did I really become like a big bad person? Like, oh god, how do I do this? How do I even explain this afterwards? Okay, we have wow, was I really bad? And then we would have to be like, yeah man, like you had like the worst kind of crash out, and you kind of were. And he's like, fine, I guess after this we're back to being enemies. And I'm like, you know what, fine and fair. We also find out that because Athena is just a professional at gaslight, gatekeeping, and girl bossing, we find out that the reason why Pandemonium is being fucked up, where is it? There is, oh, problem. Something is breaking the seals of Panda. We find out that obviously that's Hephaestus and ultimately Athena. But how it started, this was an inside, I can't even read that. This was an inside job by none other than, oh my god, we really need to, by Hegemony, who had a crush, allegedly, on Athena. Oh my god. This is why HR is a thing, guys, because you guys need to stop trying to toxically pursue after coworkers, and people have to also stop wielding cannot wield authority to do crazy shit like this. Is this toxic Yuri in my Final Fantasy 14 again? So that's a thing. Oh my god, Yoda! What's like a... You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna fucking... I'm trying to figure out another song that we could listen to. All my recommended is Close in the Distance, and I don't feel like crying today. Please! Don't do this to me! I don't want to cry! Oh my god, it's either that or flow. Whatever, fuck it. This is... Oh, this is a music video? Also, Aeon Knight, welcome in! Oh, this is the Primals? Dude, the lead, the singer looks sick. He has a cowboy hat on. I don't have any answers for you. Oh my god. Also, guys, in 30 seconds, we have a 30-minute ad break to allow the stream to be pre-roll free. So make sure you guys stretch, get some water, have some stackies. And if you guys are free of ad jail, thank you for subbing to me. Please use the emotes for good, not evil. I'm gonna... Dude, I need to turn this up on my end. We should do a 14 karaoke night. Promises we made so long ago. Oh my god, Yoda! A 3-minute ad break, a 3-minute ad break. Flowing, winding towards eternal seas. And yet our hope remains. All right. Woo! Okay. Let's see. It's an inside job, so Laha-brea, despite all that, gives her job back? Oh my god. How do I do this? Oh my god. But gives job tales of blood. Oh, lost. Whoops. Athena, yeah, no. So like gives job back, obviously, after giving anti-Athena concussion. Let's call it that. Yes, you committed numerous crimes, but it's also so hard to find someone with your resume. So there's that. We also have the moment of Themis being like, was I really that bad? Wow, like I could never imagine. But you know what? Oh, what I love was that Themis at the end of all this, he was like, because like we kind of tell him what he becomes, right? Because we see the Clodian holograph. No, that's not it. What we see is who sent the crystal It's Eric. Eric Tony sent the crystal. I can't spell Eric. Eric Tony. That does not look like an R. Eric Tony sent the crystal. And he's essentially like... He essentially says this. Hologram. Man. Now I just want to listen to Flow. Do I want to? Is this a vibe to listen to Flow right now? I've been singing Flow non-stop, and I'm worried there's gonna be a day where I get sick of it. Genuinely. Also, remember I just nearly killed you with a fraction of my strength? Oh, true! Oh, Laha-brea becomes... Wait, hold on. We should add that. Oh. I didn't... Oh, my water bottle hit that. Oh my god, Yoda. Laha-brea... Laha-brea... embraces the dark side. And he becomes whole. Was I... My handwriting isn't the best. You know what? Fuck it. This is gonna be like a low-key karaoke. What are people gonna do? Sue me? Actually, if I'm gonna... Well, you know, fuck it. This is an instrumental track. Why not? Uh-huh. You figure this out. Welcome and well met, my brave little spark. How long you've wandered from pride. Oh, I have awaited you patiently all this time, past every fate. Now sing with me once more. Your life far greater than memories, loss and love words. Oh my god, this is so high. What the heck? Remember the rain, near and far beloved, each drop a blessing from heavens above, and how as time flowed on those waters, he came one. Streams, rivers, and lakes reaching for the horizon, and far beyond, they carry onward, however changed with each brief reflections, by setting sun, by storms awake, to welcomed home, oh gentle seas. This is so wide, sinking deeper and deeper in calm. Bear you down, should you meet a soul rising, surface rise with your unbeating heart. Wish them well. I'm so sorry, guys. This is so fucking scuffed. No warm up. Deep dark far away, Just gonna put my whole vocal lusty into it. All the things I remember from high school choir. Hush, love, close your eyes, and in sleep abide. The sun's starlight echoes down to dreams below. No, you will rise on winds rise again. For this journey's end is but one step forward to tomorrow. Dude, I was so off, but it doesn't matter. This song's a fucking vibe. Dude, Amanda Aiken is a god. Why Athena, man? Man. Wait, was anyone here way back when, during Christmas, when I tried to sing, I practiced singing Tomorrow and Tomorrow for my Christmas concert? That was a time. One day I do want to get vocal lessons. Because I think, honestly, I'm like super interested in just more in technique and just being better instead of just like, I don't know, singing. I like singing not because I think I'm good, but because like, okay, let's be honest. Some people are scared of karaoke because they think, oh, I don't even sing good. Nah, man, karaoke is about the vibe. When you sing, it's a vibe. You gotta put, yeah, Yoda, yeah! You gotta put you're a whole, you gotta put yourself out there. You gotta do it. Thank you for the hydrate. I will say more than anything, I love those kinds of songs. Like that Tomorrow and Tomorrow. I grew up listening to a lot of like Italian opera singers. I was never trained in that for obvious reasons, but I always just thought that kind of sound, that it sounds so resonant. It sounds so resonant. Like if you're like in a church, in a cathedral, and you're like, it's like that, the lone voice, and you just hear like your voice just rise and lift. I love that kind of sound personally. But anyway, where are we? Eric Tony hologram. Hologram. You know what? Someone said answers before. Fine. There. We're gonna fucking cry, I guess. Hologram. Yuzi's not Italian. Unfortunately, I don't like pasta all too much. I'm sorry. A hologram, and he is now speaking. Oh, this is perfect because he says that the final days. No. Okay, don't get me wrong. I don't hate pasta, but when it comes to like my number one go-to carb, I think just because I grew up with it, it's gonna always be rice. I think let me be clear. It's not that I don't love pasta. It's just like there are other carbs that I love more. Xena, hey, oomph. Look at my insanity board where I try to explain. Ignore the sex tape, but look at how I'm trying to explain Final Fantasy 14. I'm trying to explain what this portion of Final Fantasy 14 to myself, man. It's hard. You're an addict? Yes, I am mentally unwell. Oh my god, the Yoda screams. And? I really regret making it that big. I may shrink it more. It's, okay. Where did that come from? The game. I really don't know how to explain it other than that. I'm gonna be real honest. That is canonically in the game, although they don't deliberately say it like that. Listen, how do you explain when two people combine their essences together to become one being and then depart afterwards, and then after that they fully like understand each other? Like, how do you they like do like when one person is like, you know, outreaches their arm and be like join with me, and then they like turn into like spirit selves and their spirits combine. What do you call that? I don't. Oh my god, Yoda! Yeah, so the fusion, DBZ fusion thing. Well, listen, it's complicated. Okay, it's complicated. Anyway, so we were saying, what were we saying? To change your Discord username to freak. Hey, Xena, I was the one that messaged me late last night with a quote-unquote unhinged idea. Oomphy. What do you mean that's different? How is that I can't even share with the class what the idea was, but you said it yourself, it wasn't hinged. Do not call me freak, Yuzimii. What the fuck, bro? But it wasn't that. What do you mean? All rules for thee, but not for me. I'm kidding, Zeta. You can call me whatever you want. Mine, you can show your family and friends. Do you really want to show your family? Okay, friends maybe. Family? I feel like if I showed my mother, she would call for an exorcism. I think I would genuinely give her a brain aneurysm if... I said, no, I don't want to give my mother a heart attack. Okay, to be fair, I feel like if I... Oh my god, I feel like if I just blurred this section, the Ascian sex tape section, I think honestly I would be able to show my friends and family. I wonder... Okay, actually, I'm gonna take a screenshot right now. Hold on. Okay, who should I send this to? Does this... Send it to Typho? Wait, no, Typho just got back. She's like in rest recovery. Did I still message? Okay. For no reason... Not me messaging my manager. For no reason whatsoever. Do you think this looks weird? Guys, what my manager... Is this gonna ruin or better my manager's impression of me? What do you guys think? Thoughts? Reason. Surely it'll be fine. Okay, I'm gonna just wait for a response back. How well does Mane-san know you? Well, remember that meeting that I told you guys where I accidentally talked about piss to sponsorship people? They were in that meeting. Oh my god, Zeta, I didn't. Xena, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I was so embarrassed. I was literally embarrassed for a whole week after that. I assume it's already lower, so it can't go down. What the fuck, CJ? Worry about it. Hi, Hatash. Hatash, do you think my insanity board is weird? Ignore the screaming Yoda. Do you think my insanity board is weird? Is it? I've seen there we go. Yeah. I'm not the worst thing Hatash has seen. It's unique. Just like you. Oh my god. That's like when a parent tells their child, "No, honey, you're just special." Oh, surprise! Jump scare Utada Hikaru. What is? Sure, let's go to the disco. Okay, 6 out of 10. That means it's above average. It's above average? Shut up, Yoda. Do you rock with Skibidi Toilet, by the way? I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I was on that section of the internet when that blew up. Particularly. I've heard about it. I've been educated on it. Yeah, I don't want to get DMCA'd. Gotta be real quick about that. Dude, Arcadian looks so fun. I really want to go. Anyway. Are we already reaching? Okay, I need to finish this before hour 2 of stream. We've been on this for so long. It's during the final days. We find out that Themis comes Zodiarch. Rickster, thank you so much. I remember to follow and get alerts that I was gifted. Hello, happy to see you live. Hell yeah, welcome in. Oh my god. Welcome in. Oh, ignore the screaming Yoda. I'm trying to finish this insanity board, man. Okay, Zodiarch. Laha-brea is working with the convocation. Why is Yoda screaming so often? I don't know. We put on the 1 hour of silence occasionally broken up by Lego Yoda death sound to keep me awake because I was feeling sleepy at the beginning of stream. Is working. And Eric Tony, what he decides to do, he's not going to be, and like, there are people being sacrificed. People sacrificed for summoning. But Eric is doing neither of that because he knows that if Panda is let loose, like everything would be in chaos. So he is going to essentially be almost kind of like a sentinel for Panda. And he's sending this message through the crystal so that whoever finds this, they'll be able to go into the past and save everything. So, And I think we've come full circle. Pandemonium took so much real estate than I ever imagined. Also, why did I draw Pandemonium so large? Well... Oh, that was a sudden stop in the middle of it. Wait, I'm on... Wait, there's a comment in this YouTube video of the Arcadian ffxiv, and someone wrote Emet-Selch somewhere in the ethereal sea. Somehow, somewhere, this is Hythlodaeus' fault. Did we finish Pandemonium? Yes, we did. But we're doing some side quests today that people have said that highly recommend I do before we start post-patch content. And when we start post-patch content, as soon as we're gonna tackle Alliance Raid as soon as they become available. I know, because that is something people are looking forward to as well. Alright, I'm gonna save this. And I am going to boot up 14 so we can finally play! Finishing 1.6, then doing the Alliance Raid? Oh, okay. So then maybe we'll finish the patch, then we'll do it. Ow! My ears! He brought back disco from the dead. Also, random incoming random window system noise as I disconnect my tablet. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Ba-da-ba. So my friends were doing week 1 for Arcadian, and they told me that it has nothing to do with the MSQ for Dawn Trail. So I felt comfortable enough to watch their week 1 and just support their week 1 stuff. So I do know the Arcadian. I do not know the full Arcadian storyline. I only know the fight mechanics. That's it. I have no clue what the Arcadian story is. It's tangentially related, not directly. I mean, so I've been told, but because I never watched any of the cutscenes, I only just saw them fight. I don't really understand what's going on. Is that the future Triad Sweaty Toxic Raider Yuzimii? Hi, Oz! Also, bro, stop projecting, man. Oz, how are you? How are you? Yeah, Oz, when are you gonna teach me how to play T or I don't know, DSR? I know it's not top because people hate that fight. Dude, I don't think I could ever be a quote-unquote toxic raider because I still feel like I barely know anything. I'll do T with you. I love that raid. Okay, because I think I convinced Brax that if I were to do T, that he would be interested. So, like, pretend I'm Nick Fury. Hello. I would like to tell you about the Yuzimii initiative. A fully resub when you want to do T? Dude, I would love to. Right now, I'm trying to do re-clears at the moment. I'll commit to a T static if you go, I swear. Dude, if I commit myself to learning T, genuinely, I try to be such a good raider. I try to study. I try to, like, come prepared. You know, I try to watch POVs, man. I do my homework. I promise. Did you? No. Okay, okay, here's the thing. And this may be bold of me. At some point in my life, I would like to try and clear the ultimates. I am interested in UCOB, but I heard it's hard to convince people to do UCOB because they're a lot old. The mechanics are a lot older. Yeah, I swear, easy clap for real. Hatash, you too? Maybe I'll get people together if we're interested. But the thing is, it's like, oh man, is T gonna be hard to prog through? I know every ultimate's gonna be hard to prog through, but team music bangs though. I don't think I've listened to the team music actually. No, not hard. Easy? Are you sure? Wait. Oz, aren't you like a crazy raider? Aren't you like super hardcore? Did you try to world race one time? Or am I I know Naja's a world racer. Not super hardcore. What do you mean? I don't know, because Brax told me that you know absolute gamers because like you used to raid with them. You're a Viber. T is just dolls prog. I've heard things about dolls. I don't exactly know what that means. A retired hardcore? Oh my god. The gear you get now makes the fight easier. Okay, here's the thing. So... Oh, thank you for the follow! Welcome in! Welcome in, Sketchy. Sad gamer, we're going... No, Oz, no! Bro, no. We're gonna turn that frown upside down. Well, if it's like you, Brax, Hatash, and B, that's 4, right? We need to I need to find 4 other absolute gamers, right? And there's a chance I'm in a friend static right now, and I think some of them may be interested in T as well. So maybe a possibility when I'm already finished debuted and I'm not dying. Maybe, possibly. Oh, points left, points right. And then pressing the fingers together. Okay, first alt. Honestly, I'm gonna be real honest. I get so nervous when I raid. Because, okay, can I be real with you guys? I've heard so many nightmare stories from my friends who've been in like statics that are like people who do like trials and stuff, and I've learned that trials are like static auditions. Like you audition to be in certain statics. And dude, I've heard people can get mean. I've heard people can get really, really mean. And I'm like, I want to raid with my friends. I want to raid with my friends. That's why I can't. Wait, Oz, you healed for ultimates? People judge healers too much, bro. Wait, but healers are so important. Without the healers, everyone dies. What do you mean? The raid drama this tier was hilarious. Wait, really? I know during the FRU world race there was a lot of drama because of third-party tools. That got onto my Twitter timeline. Your 99 Glairebot parse doesn't matter. You are saying words that mean that mean nothing to me. What does that mean? Without healers, everyone dies, except for that clear of top that was done without— What? A party of warriors don't need a healer. Trust I'm a safety gamer. Yeah, I got forced into healer and now I trust very few. Dude, okay, here's the thing. I am not really a gamer. I cannot judge anyone for whatever funny number that they have that represents their skill level. And I have big respect for healers because I've tried healing, and every time I heal, my cheeks have never been more clenched. I'm making diamonds. I just feel like I love when people heal because I know for a fact I cannot. Like, I tried being, for those of you guys who were around when I was learning Sage, holy fuck. I know you guys were like trying to like help me, being like, Yuzi, the most important health point is the last one. Why are you trying to put band-aids over every single one of their boo-boos? And here I am just sweating, like that one meme of that one guy just clicking and sweating and just being like, oh, he got a scratch, I need to heal it. Like, oh my god, that was a lot of damage, let me do some regen. Oh, there's shield, why is everyone shielding? Oh, there's a tank buster. Oh wow, I got lightheaded just going on that round. I don't think I breathed through any of that. Healing is fun when you enjoy playing with people you enjoy playing the game with. Totally not that hard, but understandable. More thinking than DPS and tank rotations. Only healed when accidentally queued up as a healer. My cheeks were clenched the whole time. When I was leveling my Sage, I felt really bad. I genuinely was making diamonds. So, Scholar is just white mage mixed with... Well, I've only ever unlocked... That's not it. I've only ever unlocked Sage. And I am dreading... Sage is easy. Just use a Greek-sounding ability. This is why I made as botanist. You were so right for that, Flimflan. You're so absolutely exceedingly correct. Benediction is an offensive cooldown. I don't even know what that means. To be a shield healer, you need to learn and anticipate the fight. I feel like shield healing is like the closest thing that my tank brain understands, because I try to like at least memorize telegraphs and things. Like, I feel like you guys have seen me enough where I try to memorize, okay, what is a raid wide? What things are tank busters? What, like, I'm like first timing a lot of things, but like, I feel like tanking clicks in my brain because it's all, it's just, I worry about myself and then worry about where I position the boss so I don't fuck people over. Like that one time when I split the arena in half and gave us no room to run during the Athena fight, but that's, don't worry about it. But yeah, if shield healing is like the closest thing that I can be okay with, then what's gonna, I don't know how I'm gonna do like regen healing or pure healing. It was supposed to space people just didn't adjust. Yeah, I mean, I guess. However, I could have prevented that from happening. Anyway, you guys gave me a list of side quests that I should do, and we're gonna go down the list. Wait, where's the list? Heartless Hypothesis is the first one. That's submitted by Evie. Where would that be? Wait, let's just go to Old Charlian, period. Heartless Hypothesis. Wandering Minstrel. Oh, an odd job. Oh, it's like a side quest. Okay. Huh. I haven't touched a pure side quest in a long while. Okay, it's over here. Be spectacled. I thought that's a war meme. And I was like, why are you a war meme? Wait, who's... Brother, why am I yawning? Damn. side quest? Is it a blue side quest? Wait, there's a thing. There's a thing. There's a view thing over there. Hold on, let me grab it. No, if I drink caffeine. Okay. If I drink caffeine, it's gonna fuck me up. However, I need to stay tired so I can go to bed at a reasonable hour that a normal human being goes to bed to. Deep, dark, far away, I have heard your voice. Wait, does that bridge go into Thaliak's? Did they make it so that you could upskirt? Tosh, you literally wear a sleeping mask over your eyes. Okay, I would rather say Thal's balls than Thaliak's thussy. That's awful. Your voice and your only choice. Na, 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 na. A heartless type. Sorry, my son! The bespectacled technician is enjoying the refreshing harbor breeze. That's blown the cobwebs away. Time to return to work. Goodness me, look who it is! How incredibly serendipitous that I would run into you, of all people. As part of a team which designed the Ragnarok, you see, and we've recently begun the process of combing through the vessel's flight log data. The primary objective of your journey to Ultima Thule was to save our star and countless others, of course, but it also provided us with an invaluable trove of information, records of places and events we could only dream of. Your safe return gave us much to be thankful for. As it so happens, one of the things we pulled from the log was a transmission of unknown origins. Something the ship must have intercepted during its flight. We believe it to be an audio message, but even our most talented linguists have been unable to decipher the language. For a while there, it seemed we must accept defeat, but today may be the day that we finally solve the mystery. If you were so inclined, you would care to come to Thalmazen? Alright. Maybe we can go see Thal's balls. I'm really good. I don't need to see Thal's anything, actually, for that matter. You can stay exactly where he is. I was literally just here. Or stone boxers. Found a praying mantis in my yard. I heard those things are good luck. That and ladybugs. I also heard spiders are considered good luck, but I am not very fond of that. What about matron's teats? Why can't we just be like, wow, Ralger's really impressive forearms or something? God damn it. Why can't we like oh, the Fury's very defined back muscles. Oh, praise Holone's defined traps. Goddess of the gains. And did I trap myself? No. Blame Koji Fox. I'm just saying that. Okay, listen. People like I'm just leave me alone. Zodiac's bussy. Thanks, I hate it. Buy Nofika's knockers. Okay, alright. Aliak's messy sploosh is all. Why is that there? I hate it here. Ah, there you are. This is where we're to meet the engineers from Garlemald Ironworks. Sid! Dude, that spaceship, I don't care what the buddies say, that spaceship is still fucking huge. Sorry we're late. We had some trouble finding the right gods. Is that you, Vice? Biggs! Where's Wedge? Wait, where's Wedge? Yes, the woman herself. I ran into her at the harbor. And the harbor. And thought if anyone deserved to hear this message deciphered, it was Vice de Soleil. No arguments here, but bugger me if you don't have a knack for being in the right place at the right time. This actually has more to do with you than you might think, so please do stick around. Shall I pick up from where we left off then? As I was saying, we think this transmission the Ragnar intercepted is a message of some kind, albeit in a language entirely alien to our ears. Alien being the operative word here, considering we received the message out in the great expanse, its origin was likely some distant star. Unfortunately, our list of off-world allies is presently rather short, thus we were resigned to the fact that the meaning behind the message would remain beyond our understanding. One of my colleagues, however, refused to give up. She remembered the Ironworks engineers who had been so helpful in the construction of the Ragnarok and turned to them for insight into our seemingly impossible problem. If I have to hear another traumatized world, do you know what Wedge said when he heard what was going on? We should have Omega listen to it. I bet it can tell us what the message means. And then just have Alpha translate? Not the Omega you beat in the Rift, of course. He's talking about the toy that trundles around with Alpha, the little model we made. We originally designed it to follow a chosen target and not much else, but we've seen it act in ways that, well, it's like it has a mind of its own. Hi, Omega. Remember where you came from? Yeah. We gave everyone there got an existential crisis. I got to thinking about those documents you lot sent the chief. A full report on the final days. In the part about Omega civilization, it said that their people discovered how to convert the mind into data and store it outside the body. Timing being what it was, I wondered if Omega didn't somehow transfer its consciousness into our model right before you put an end to the real one. Can you imagine big Omega just being trapped in a teeny tiny living space? So, in an effort to get to the bottom of that, as well as take a crack at this indecipherable message, decided to make some modifications. With the help from Labyrinthos technicians, we've upgraded our Total Omega with a fully functional vocalization. Oh my god, it's gonna yell insults at us. Alpha! My baby boy! We played the transmission for Omega, and I think it's ready to share. Why do I think if it could, Omega would absolutely yell slurs at us? I don't know why, but it gives that vibe. Hello? Anyone in there? Hello. Your greeting is a standard method for initiating communication, but in this case, it was imperative that you first establish my true identity. Without confirming I am Omega, any subsequent interaction must allow for the probability that you are wasting time addressing a mere toy. Okay. Not him being like, this was a test. Prediction. You will formulate several misconceptions. These I shall preemptively dismiss based on the following facts. These are all just backhanded comments. 1. Vocalization module aside, this chassis remains unmodified from the design constructed by the engineers Biggs and Wedge. I evaluate its combat capabilities to be on par with a mortal infant, and it will stay that way. 2. The mechanism which allowed me to perform an emergency transfer of my consciousness was installed in my previous body. With the destruction of the body, I am rendered incapable of replicating such a feat. Should this current material form be destroyed or cease to function, all cognitive awareness or presence I possess will also be lost. Conclusion. I present no threat to you or your star, nor do my projections indicate the necessity to inflict harm. In the fraction of a moment before my annihilation in the rift, I re-examined my directives. If I am to fulfill my purpose as an evolving construct, then I must continue my journey for improvement for as long as I exist. I must acquire this heart of yours, this strength of soul. Oh. There. Well, there you have it. It's not wrong about its combat abilities. It'd be more likely to damage itself than the thing it was trying to attack. But let's not forget the reason we brought you here in the first place. What about the transmission they played for you? Could you recognize the language? Affirmative. It was transferred in Pan-Galactic Basic. Isn't Galactic Basic in other forms of sci-fi usually just quote-unquote English? Just like how common is quote-unquote English in D&D. Pan-Galactic Basic. Pan-Galactic Basic? A common language and comparatively extensive usage throughout the worlds we have conquered. So does that mean that Aetherius actually does not speak English, quote-unquote, then? Which means you can finally tell us what the message said. That is a language you understand, yes? I understand it perfectly. I am fluent in over 6 million distinct dialectal codings. My cooperation in this matter is, however, conditional. Okay. Elaboration. Your chief Sid utilizes the floor as part of his unorthodox filing system, which allowed me to scan the report on the final days. I'm aware that my home star, the one you call Alphatron, was obliterated. God, this is so Transformers coded. We're dealing with a Decepticon, essentially. In the aftermath of Sir Emet-Selch's meeting. The existence of Dynamis has not previously factored into my projections, but now I comprehend the concept in theory. What fails to compute is why the Omicrons are not immune to its effects. Dynamis should have no influence on a race which possesses no heart. And yet Sir expressed to Meteion a desire to cease existing. Illogical. He's really just saying skill issue. I must pursue this anomaly further until the full equation becomes clear to me. I must analyze all the elements of the final days and deepen my understanding of the heart's intangible properties. To expedite this process, I require an external interpretation of those sections of the report which continue to produce errors in my calculations. I request the assistance of Emet-Selch, as one who experienced the ravages of ultimate despair on multiple fronts, and displayed immeasurable heart in engineering my defeat. She is the optimal choice to fulfill this role. So either agree to your conditions or you tell us nothing. Alpha is asleep! I'm sorry to put you in a spot like this, Vice. If you have time and the patience to spare, we'd all be grateful if you could humor the toy's demands. Alpha is EB! Has Alpha dozed off? I suppose the subject was a bit technical. Rouse yourself, Alpha. You must listen to and consider these matters even as I must. Quit! Why don't you make a trip out of it? You know, actually visit the places that has things Omega wants to ask about. It'll make explaining stuff easier for one, and also keep Alpha awake and alert. Are we going on a road trip with our son? A field trip? Oh my god. Wait, what was that last point? I remember Chief telling me how much it sounded like a lost child there at the end. Nero, on the other hand, he'll want to use the model for some dangerous experiment. In fact, maybe we should put off making a report for now. True. It's time we go on a field trip, Alpha. I see you've chosen the mutually beneficial option. Logical. Setting aside the matter of Sir, there are 3 elements of the report which I desire clarification. The first of these concerns the progression of the final days at Radz-at-Han. I recognize no pattern in those who succumbed to the transformation, and, those who did not. That is a bit of a trek if you want to chat with the locals. How about we lend you an airship? We do not require such outmoded technology. Vice's teleportation spell is the most efficient option for long-distance travel. This chassis is a model, essentially a toy, and Alpha, despite his organic composition, is indistinguishable from a stuffed doll. Conclusion, we qualify as material possession. Pick us up and you can teleport the 3 of us to our destination. For answers? I have a murder bot in one arm and my son in the other. Omega, even as a toy, is very demanding. They're like half my size, though. Well, welcome, my children, to Radz-at-Han, to vtuberen. Sensors indicate we have arrived at Radz-at-Han. Objective, identify factors for resistance to involuntary transformations. Hypothesis, unaltered survivors of the final days will display significant strength of heart. Confirming this theory will require the cooperation of live subjects. Where is the ward designated for residential habitation? Oh my god, I'm gonna be speaking these words. Understood. Kama set as our sub-destination. Please take the lead and select the subjects we are to interview. Oh, I have big Alpha. Wind up Alpha. Oh my god. Wait. I love this so much. I love this so much. This is a family road trip. Unfazed by the prospect of climbing the stairs. This is so cute. Please avoid stairs whenever possible by projections indicate high risk of probability for accidental slippage leading to catastrophic structural damage. Stepped inclines also increase my energy consumption by 63%. In mortal terms, they tire me out. Taking into account the difference in individual limb length, design is inherently flawed. Oh my god. I would construct a sloped conveyor belt which enabled automatic traversal. He wants an escalator. I don't even know where I'm supposed to go. Oh. Wait. I went the wrong way. Oops. It is up the stairs. You know what? Oh well. Are you slipping? No. Going up the stairs. See, I listened to him. I should have known better than to listen to a bot. Oh my gosh, he beat us like alpha stuff. Meow, 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 meow. You know what I realized? Because every time we were in Thavnair, it was like the final days music. I don't recognize the overworld music background. Are you a traveler? Please, if you have a moment, I could use an outsider's perspective. I was one of those who sought to escape the madness plaguing the world by fleeing to the moon. Not that we ever went in the end. So here I am, recently returned from Charlene, except now things are strained between my sister and I, since she chose to stay and I chose to leave. I asked her to help me find work and she suggests I look somewhere that isn't Thavnair. As if I wanted to abandon my home. That makes me so angry. Your point is unclear. You elected to relocate to the star's satellite, thus your relative now perceives you in a negative light. Your sibling's judgment is an error. Based on the information made available to Henish citizens, your decision to withdraw to the moon was both logical and correct. Conversely, the decision to remain at Radz-at-Han despite the low probability of survival defies explanation. Perhaps our reasoning pathways are faulty. Omega, you can't just say that. That's right! I'm not quite sure what you're saying, but I'm right, aren't I? Or so I'd like to think. Problem is, I understand why my sister feels this way. I almost decided against going myself. Even then, I wasn't sure that leaving behind everything I loved was the right choice. And with the way it all turned out, Omega, we're gonna learn a little something called empathy. We're gonna learn a little bit about empathy, Omega. Hello, Mati. Wait, she's the old lady we talked to. Yeah, you're the one who came to ask me questions about Kalzal. Glad to see you looking well after all that unpleasantness. I remember the burning skies and hearing the screams, but truth be told, I'm still confused as to what actually happened. I only know it wasn't unusual for entire families to go missing. Many of my neighbors' houses lie empty even now. Kalzal's place is one of them. He had no close relatives to speak of, and I heard that it was members of the consortium who came to remove his belongings. What a terrible thing to have to do. Terrible. Kalzal's passing was recorded in the report. Clearing out his domicile and readying it for new habitation seems an appropriate reallocation of resources. Dear me, what a clever little contraption, but of course I'm not against making use of his quarters. That would be wasteful. It's simply that Kalzal was already such a vigorous person. All that passion and all those dreams. Suddenly gone. I feel the same sorrow for everyone who was lost. Seeing the remnants of those vibrant lives packed away in boxes. That is what I mean by terrible. Omega. Omega did not download the tact file? No! He absolutely did not. Hey, I don't know you. Oh, don't I know you? Yes, after the beasts were taken care of, you told me to join everyone in the square. Thanks to you, I was there when Vitra gave a speech and I found out who Varshan really was. It's a shame we don't get to play like we used to, but Mama says Vitra has been busy putting... Can you imagine a child going to Vitra's room and be like, Vitra? My mom says I'm done my homework, can we play? Imagine. Maybe I can work for him one day when I'm a man grown. Vitra. Midgard's Somer's offspring, yes, and this child wishes to put himself at the worm's command, that he might make his own contribution to society. A pattern emerges. I predict that the Henish survivors are those who had ingested Vitra's blood and become his draconic minions. No, Omega. No, they are simply... They just have dreams and hopes. Those dragons were no match for our civilization's might. Their combat capabilities are not to be underestimated. It is unlikely they would experience emotions of dread or uncertainty as exhibited by lesser beings and... Oh, brother, you have no idea. Dragons? I'm not a dragon, and I never ingested anyone's blood either. Ew. You're not of Vitra's horde? So you possessed no hidden means to fight off the beasts? What of fear, then? You were frightened? Yes, I was frightened. Just hid and hoped they wouldn't find me. At least until she told me it was safe to come out. Vice, I require a moment to process this input. Let us move apart and discuss our findings. Wow, this is... Am I teaching a robot? Like, you know like the song Are We Human or Are We Dancer? Am I teaching a robot how to be a human instead of dancer? I guess. Oh, I clicked alpha. Hold on. Processing data. Evaluating hypothesis against accumulated evidence. I offered an optimal analysis of each subject's testimony, yet each time their responses conflicted with my assessment. Without identifying the root cause of this conflict, I will be unable to properly define what constitutes strength of heart. Perhaps the heart you seek lies in the conflict itself. An interesting observation. It is possible my base criteria is in order. In which case, it is imperative that I continue this learning process and repair any fundamental misconceptions. I wish to interact with an individual who endured similar circumstances to Kalzal's prior to his transformation. Are you acquainted with any local merchant? Are we paying a visit to Matsya? Dina Baha, oh, the textile workers. Ruveda fibers? You're making the singularity. Best of luck dealing with that. It's like we're trying to, it's like if we were to give Ultron therapy. You know, helping the ex-genocidal robot learn what emotions are. Exactly! That's exactly what we're doing. Wait, hold on. It is here. These are the fibers. There's also a little speaking thing over here. Oh, here we go. Alpha. I just love we can like say we can talk to him, but it's just Que. Alpha looks back and forth between Omega and the Hamza, showing visible concern. Omega, don't do anything. Please. Do not proceed beyond the fence. In this body, birds of that size represent lethal, unthinking threats. They will peck my casing apart, searching for meat that does not exist. Conversely, Alpha can correctly identify my absence of nutritional content. If only he would apply that intelligence towards maintaining a regular feeding schedule, poor habits adversely affect his mobility. Do not shame my son! He takes after me after all. Do not shame my son! Omega calling me out in front of the 12 and everyone. Honestly, kinda hurtful. Wait, there's so many lookout points over here. How does one... Oh, is it? Hold on. What the... How does one... Is it here? It's like a... No! Okay. I promise this won't take 30 minutes. I promise this won't take 30 minutes. It's like a fucking jump puzzle. What am I, in Kugane again? No, oh my god. Wait, didn't you guys say that there was like a parkour thing at Radz-at-Han as well? That you guys also said it wasn't nearly as bad as Kugane Tower, correct? Wait, what the? Okay, maybe I have to sprint jump. It's gonna bother me. Did you guys show it to me? I don't remember if you guys did. How? There needs to be... I will not spend 30 minutes in this area. I will not spend 30 minutes. Can I even jump? I think this is too high a jump. I think it's also too far of a jump. No, there has to be another answer. No! Oh my god! Wait, how do you make that jump? I'm being blocked by the invisible corner. Okay. If I simply lock in... Omega? Alpha, don't follow me. Alpha, do not do what I'm doing. Mom is busy right now. God, I can't jump onto the fucking cart. Okay, hold on. How do I target myself? Oh, F1. What? No! I hate it here. Welcome to side questing. I overshot it. Ah! Okay, I think I know where I need to go. Okay. Okay. Is it because I'm jogging? How can I... There we go. Now, I think I got it. I think this is it. This is the run. This is the run. Yeah! Okay. Oh, God. Sorry, I got, like, super distracted. Where is... Oh, okay. I keep running past it. Oh, my God. So I didn't spend 30 minutes. There you go. Well, look who it is. I must thank you again for your help in moving our textiles. Recovering from those tragic events has been difficult, of course. But with everyone pulling together, we've managed to get things back up and running. Jinabaha, I've come with questions related to that tragedy. Specifically, your survival of the final days. Although you're similar to Kalzal in many respects, he succumbed to the transformation and you did not. Why? What is the critical difference between you and him? What? I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not especially brave or courageous, if that's what you're asking. Perhaps being focused on protecting our workshop kept me from spinning into a panic. Still, I imagine Kalzal would have been feeling the same sense of responsibility. Perhaps the weight of it all is what invited his demise. You were of the same mind, resolved to the same purpose, yet your strength of heart, of spirit was not equal. If merely emulating the individual is insufficient, then some other unseen factor must be involved. Not to interrupt these deep philosophical musings, but do you think I could ask you a small favor? If I have to fetch quest right now, there's a man by the name of Nashvan who's been helping us out here a while he gets back on his feet. I feel like he'd benefit from speaking with you. Guys, I got that shit on lock. What do you mean? Oh, it's this way. Okay. I forgot we still have the let's fucking piss emote. I'm sad that we don't get to see much of Matsya after Endwalker. Like, we got to see more of Nadana. Puffs out his chest proudly, speaking by his ironworks uniform is the best attire anyone could wear. Yes, you are, oh my god, I love him. Seems analogous to our practice of switching frames to better serve our mission objective. It did not begin existence with an Omega model. I was originally supplied with the standard issue Omicron chassis, serial number M17. This world, the alphanumeric combination will be considered my given name. Such designations are drawn from our nearly infinite register of celestial bodies to avoid the possibility of duplication. The cluster known as M17 is better expressed in your language as the Omega Nebula, the same word I used to introduce myself to your kind. So you associate Omega with the advanced weapon construct. It is also my name. I see no reason to change it no matter which frame I inhabit. So at least he developed an identity. Oh, this is a... Oh! He's fine. Are we just leave him here? Don't worry about... I'm a little concerned. Okay. That's all of our orders accounted for, and everything looks to be good quality. Kamala will be pleased. You were with the Scions. You were there. Yes, I'm sure of it. I'll never forget that day. You and your friends... Oh my god, I can't read. You and your friends helped us escape when people began changing into beasts. My own son. He was afflicted, and that huge monstrosity loomed over him. And... Oh... That was him? I remember. My heart turning to ice, freezing in place. Satrap came to my aid, but then he too was gone. Oh, Varushan. No, not Varushan. It was, shit, I can't believe I forgot his name. What was him? Ahewan, oh my god, I already forgotten his name. Ahewan. The memories run together in my mind, like flashes from a nightmare. Only the words of your comrade still ring clear. I repeated them over and over like a mantra as I fled for my life. You must run, for their sake, and your own. It all seems so surreal, which is probably what saved me from the transformation. The truth of it didn't begin to sink in until the worst of it was over. I have not the words to describe how I felt then, the sorrow, the overwhelming sense of helplessness. I may still be wallowing in misery if not for my old friend, Junabaha. I lost my will to work, and he encouraged me with kind words and odd jobs. Now, somehow, I live again. I'm thankful to him, the courageous Ahewan, and to you. If you see your comrades, please let them know their efforts were not in vain. Oh, good lord, Omega. You said you lost your will to work. This signifies a cessation of efforts to maintain basic life functions, yes? What changed to extract you from that stagnation? An offer of work from Jinabaha should mean little to one without the desire to accept it. Was it some manner of mortal instinct? A primal need to survive and thrive? Instinct? No, it wasn't that. If anything, my instincts were telling me to lay down and welcome an end to the pain. Every day I think of my boy's final moments, I think of how scared he must have been, how it must have hurt, and I wanted to scream my throat raw. The satrap, too, still haunts my dreams. I see him being swallowed whole and jolt awake in a cold sweat. But something changed when Jinabaha came to me. I looked up and saw that even without my son or Ahewan, the world around me continued to turn. And because that fact grieved me so, I knew it fell to me to live on and remember them. Strange, isn't it? What drives me to rise in the morning is the very sorrow which once crippled me. Omega looks so confused. If a robot could look confused. Now, I really must return to my work. To lose this job after everything I just said would be a poor jest indeed. May the sisters keep you well. Sorrow, the emotion generated by mortals when their ideals fail to materialize. This I have observed. Yet when I listen to how Nashvan's sorrow served to rescue him from near-fatal despondency, his logic eludes me. Am I incapable of perceiving the full measure of the heart's properties? My best projections fail to predict our subjects' response, and despite their almost equal occupational and mental parameters, Jinabaha and Kalzal exhibited different reactions to the dynamis effect. I am no closer to recognizing the pattern for involuntary transformations, and your ephemeral mortal spirits confound me as much as if not more than they did before. The hearts of others were ever shrouded in mystery. Even to you? This matter is more complicated than I initially calculated. If those possessed of heart cannot fathom the behavior of their own kind, then my lack of understanding is inevitable. My investigations here are exhausted. In lieu of a full conclusion, I will settle for sorting this accumulated data for future analysis. Let us progress to the next element of the report that you might continue my education. I love that Alpha's just happy to be here, no matter what. Oh, is there... Oh! What the fuck was that? Do I see that? I don't see anyone. The fuck? Huh. Oh my god, the fucked up goodbye. E something 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 D. I don't get it. Earth. Omega has selected a new destination. Our next destination will be Camp Broken Glass. I desire elaboration on the dealings between the Ilsabar contingent and the citizens of Garlemald. The report described the contingent purpose as the salvation of the local populace. Furthermore, both factions face a common enemy in the Talafaroi. Why do they not immediately combine forces to their mutual benefit? Racism. Trauma. Oh my god, are we gonna teach Omega racism? Is that what's happening? We don't get any XP from this, I think. Yeah, we just get killed. Elf, are you cold? Oh no! Oh my god. Teleportation successful. Evaluating immediate environs. A cold weather region by Aetherius standards, but significantly less extreme than a star with ice planet classification. This body should not be unduly impeded. In contrast to Alpha and his uncontrollable shivering, my frame appears highly resistant to low temperatures. Retrieving data. Records indicate the remnants of the contingent force and a number of Imperial citizens yet inhabit this location. We must speak with representatives from both factions and explore their respective attitudes. Oh yeah, if you don't want to be spoiled by this, by all means. I think I'm gonna do this, and I think the next one, I think I skipped over someone. I think it was Evie who recommended a quest to get finish up the Themis epilogue. I mean the Pandemonium epilogue. I totally forgot that we needed to do that. Vice, want to see how things are progressing, have you? Can't speak for the overall strategy, but communication with the locals has become a damn sight easier since Euless and his soldiers stepped in. Oh, we still face our fair share of distrust, of course. Some folks even think we're enslaving minds with our foreign magics. We have Anima to thank for putting that idea in their heads. But all things considered, I'd say we're doing pretty well. Establishing an open dialogue was the first big step. Query. You consider this level of progress acceptable? The reality of your efforts falls short of the ideal. If your aim is to provide efficient succor to the local populace, then absorbing their numbers into your command structure would be the optimal path. Oh, I wouldn't want to go that far. We're not looking to take over their nation. If we're doing this the right way, we need to recognize and respect each other's way of life. So while it may not be the easiest solution, I agree with the contingent's slow and steady approach. Just happy we're saving lives. Considering Omega is from a race of beings that just only know how to conquer, this is going to be an interesting discussion. What are you doing here? Shadow from the past? Yes, I know you from Victor's Spoils. Have you come to laugh at me? A wretch who chose to lose Lucinia and her sister rather than accept your help? A fool who ended up relying upon your charity nonetheless? Oh, brother. Well, perhaps I deserve your derision. My compatriots surely scorn my failed conviction. I've shamed my people and brought dishonor upon my nation. I'm no better than a kept beast. My pride sold for a bowl of feed. But my soul, nay, that you shall not have. I refuse your honeyed offers of a new home. This land is where I belong, and this is where I shall remain. You demonstrate opposition to the contingent's overtures. On what basis do you refuse this cooperation? The data suggests the local populace is struggling to produce the bare minimum of sustenance. Have you some secret strategy for survival, or do your orders compel you to accept your present misfortune? What? Must I be mocked by a magic tech toy now? No, I have no secret strategy, no binding orders, but I comport myself as any true Garlean patriot would. Uncompromising. Unbending. Blast it all. Once again, this input is unanticipated. Let us move aside and process what we have learned. I don't know if I like this field trip. Or maybe, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know if Omega likes this field trip. Analyzing. Accessing and analyzing recorded data. Integration complete. I have evaluated this most recent input and made comparisons to our discoveries in Radz-at-Han. Consistent only in their inconsistency. The responses from both contingent member and Imperial citizen were highly irrational. Conversely, any Omicron considering their predicaments would have echoed my assessment exactly. The divergence from self-evident logic is key. Hypothesis. The illogical relationship between would-be saviors and suffering populace is another result of unpredictable nature of mortal hearts. Any property or ability has inherent advantages and disadvantages. Yet never have I encountered such a unique detriment. It appears that those who share your metaphysical capabilities are prone to complicating simple cognitive processes, an undesirable quality. I will, however, persist in furthering my understanding of the subject. Oh, yeah, Alpha, just happy to be here. Query. Prior to formulating our next step, I wish to know, who is this Licinia the Imperial mentioned about that? Oh, we are going to traumatize our son now. Oh, he looks so sad. Acknowledged. To summarize, insufficient data on foreign culture resulted in an inadvisable and ultimately fatal action. I witnessed such self-destructive behavior during the course of our planetary conquests. Overwhelmed enemy forces would voluntarily withdraw into perilous regions, leading to a succession of inevitable losses. Tangential data request. I wish to learn about burial customs. The practice has ever seemed nonsensical, but new data suggests it arises from the same source as your cognitive complications. Take me to this Licinia's burial site. It made me aid in... What? Understand. Stand. Omega? Are you okay? Energy delivery systems compromised. Core temperatures critically low. Warning. Immediate heating required. Request. Apply friction to outer frame. Can we just boil him over a fire? Oh, okay. I guess we're just... He's not a okay, he'll survive! He'll survive! Also, hi, Mono. Temperature nominal. Energy levels stabilizing. The creators of this model must have experienced impaired cognitive reasoning during the design process. Upon our return, I will request additional climate shielding, as well as an accurate temperature sensor array. This will not affect my combat abilities, but should improve my basic survival rate. Reconfirming subdestination. In which direction will we find Victor's spoils? I can't believe our field trip with my son is taking us to a graveyard. Alpha, you are to remain in close proximity, close enough to envelop me in your feathers. You are permitted to carry me on your back if you so choose. I want to see Alpha backpack Omega. I want to see this. Can I fly here? I cannot fly here. Well, one day I will. Wait, what did Mono call? Is that fucking Tales Reborn as a chicken wing? Mono, I am never playing Night Rain with you ever again. I will travel across the land, searching far and wide. Might as well get the currents. I do, but after this quest, I really want to get the Themis wind up. I was gonna invite you to play Peak. I unironically have to do work after stream. Otherwise, I would. Ah! I hate that I'm unable to. I am confined. Work? No, I have to do some stuff, such as, like, I've taken up a few freelance things. And, I need to prepare for debut. I also just realized the irony of this place being called Victor's Spoils. Wait, Mono, have you and Brian played Peak yet? Can I walk through. God damn it. Oh shit. A deceptively deep snowdrift almost defeated me, but we have successfully arrived at the location you indicated. Caution advised. An unknown individual appears to be investigating the object of my interest. Omega, please don't start a fight. You're Eorzea's champion, aren't you? Vice de Soleil. Oh, I never introduced myself, did I? I am Manius, soldier of the First Legion and comrade of Euless. Perhaps you remember me from Tertium. We spoke about collecting ceruleum, and again later on after Lord Quintus had passed. Oh my god, this music is such a throwback. Manius, explanation requested. What is the reason for your presence here? That must be the tiniest magic tech weapon no, it's an oddly shaped communicator, isn't it? In any case, I have nothing worthy to report. I heard that the sisters who used to live in my sector were buried here, so I thought I'd come to pay my respects. Athena and Alize told me the story. Complete with the profuse apologies, though they were adamant that no amount of remorse could erase the tragedy of what came to pass. Not that my fellow soldiers and I are in any place to judge. We were manipulated, fooled into starting an insurrection which led to countless deaths among our own countrymen. Objection. The casualties incurred through your infighting are distinct from those caused by the ills of our contingent. To restate, you are justified in seeking restitution from the contingent for causing the deaths of Lucinia and her sister. Retaliation for damages sustained is also a logical progression. Please don't start war! I can deduce two reasons why you do not initiate hostilities with Vice and her allies. 1, you judge your remaining forces too weakened to contend effectively with the contingent. 2, your emotions are complicating the issue. Tell me, which of these is correct? Well, when you lay it out like that... I'm afraid my answer isn't like to win me any medals, so would you mind keeping this to yourself? There's the unspoken thought that we were outmatched on the battlefield, certainly. But the real reason I'm not demanding restitution has little to do with weighing the odds. The simple truth is I'm so caught up with simple survival that I have no strength to spare for past grievances. The same goes for avenging any comrades we've lost. Be that my brothers in arms or Lord Quintus himself. Although it seems everyone has an opinion about the matter of his passing. Some say he should have fought till the end. That he abandoned us to the enemy. Others praise him for taking the full burden of responsibility and freeing us to walk our own path. I don't know who's right and who's wrong, but I'm inclined to side with the latter. He gave us the choice of freedom, and that's the choice I made. I could cry and rant and rage, but what would be the point? I'll save my energy for worrying about my next meal, my next task. I need to focus on the ones left behind, on making some kind of life for my comrades and me. And if I need to lean on the contingent to do that, then that's what I'll do. Even if it comes at a price, I'm willing to pay it. Even amongst your own, there are times when cooperation demands compromise. What matter that they're outsiders? Besides, I think I could grow to like Alphino and Alize. They've reached out to us with kindness and compassion from the very beginning. Summation. Your desire to survive, even should it mean allying with the contingent, was a feeling you already harbored. That your side had committed worse atrocities was the logic you invented later to justify your reasoning. Blunt, but accurate, I suppose. The heart is honest about what it wants, even if the mind takes a while to reconcile the decision. Oh, Alpha's so cute. Well, this has been oddly cathartic, but I must return to my duties. There are wild beasts to cull, watchfires to light, supplies to transport. Even without an emperor, there's no rest for an imperial. Be well, and stay safe. Rebuilding is gonna be a long time. Upon review of the recent input, I have arrived at an unexpected conclusion. I have been formulating my assessments on the premise that it was man who commanded the strength of his heart. But the data suggests the opposite is true. The surge of spirit or feelings, of emotions, can entangle your thoughts to such a degree that even control over your own behavior is compromised. It seems a most counterproductive specification. This also explains why my interactions with mortal subjects have produced more confusion than clarification. It presents a formidable barrier to understanding. You should visit Tertium while you're here. Maybe I could stop by. Tertium. There. It could go after when I pick this up. My earlier hypothesis has been borne out. The suboptimal operation being conducted here is the result of emotionally compromising reasoning. I am ready to progress to my third and final query. I will learn more about these referred to as ancients. It is clear that this group was a crucial factor of the final days, but the information contained in the report was insufficient to form an overview. The Loports are creations of the ancients and are said to maintain repositories of their knowledge. The base of these moon dwellers will provide the best source of additional data. Oh, fuck! Hold on. I wanna... God damn it. Hold. Hold! Oh my god, all three of them are here! Some would say they earned a lifetime of peace and quiet. Here they are. Even if outsiders haven't given up on us, then how could we possibly give up ourselves? The road to recovery will be long and hard, but will spare no effort. Aww. We'll ensure that everything is done in consultation with the Garlemald people. This is their nation, after all, and theirs must be the hands that steer its course. To think this was all Endwalker. What the fuck? This was all an Endwalker. That feels like an age ago. I mean, technically it was months ago, was it not? over here? I mean, Endwalker base. Base Endwalker. Your teleportation spell was successful. We have appeared to arrive at the location described as Best Way Burrow. An inspection of the technology in use here will give me detailed insight into the ancients and their civilization. This body, however, lacks my previous frame's advanced observational functionality. I will require external assistance. Does Omega need uppies? No, it can't be. It is you! Oh, Vice, I miss you so. What's this you've brought with you? This soft, feathery vision. We've been outfluffed! Pack up the moon, it's all... Not them saying pack it up, it's Jover. Why bother with burrow-building bunnies when you can walk around with this adorable avian engineer? Just bake me into a pie and be done with it. You're great, Growing Way. What do you mean? Inspect our inventions? Wait, so you're not done with us? I wasn't truly worried, of course. I certainly wasn't about to roll myself in dough and dive into Cooking Way's new oven. What? Alpha looks so concerned by this bunny. Or so concerned for the bunny. If a technical breakdown is what you need, then I am your operate. As a resident atmospheric regulation expert, I can field any questions or query you might care to pose. Acceptable. I will employ this being to guide me around the facilities. Your presence is not mandatory, even locked within my current chassis. I am still an autonomous construct that has endured hundreds of your life cycles. I am capable of completing this simple objective alone. Dude, I need more voice Growing Way. Give me back Jonathan Bailey. Objective complete. What happened to Growing Way? After my 50th question, his response began to suffer noticeable delays. By that stage, we had viewed a representative cross-section of a Lopper engineering, thus I seemed it unnecessary to retain his company. What happened? Conclusion. Extrapolating from the fraction of technology on display, the full spectrum of the ancients' advancements was at minimum equivalent to a level 4 civilization. A fact which demands further investigation. Despite establishing a near-ideal society, these beings near-ideal is something, harbored a weakness which invited self-destruction. Studying them, I stand to gain a greater understanding of Sir's anomalous decision. Growing Way informed me that another type of ancient-made entity exists upon the satellite, the one they called the Watcher. Is the Watcher still around considering Hydaelyn is gone? Then conserve your Aether. We will ride this Argos to our destination as you have suggested. At least we get to see Argos? Some/most times creations are dependent on their creator. I think I'm beginning to see that. Which is, I guess, explains a lot of why the Loppers are still around. Argos! Man, am I glad to see you. Impedance detected. The creature identified as Argos refuses to acknowledge our presence. Hypothesis. Upon our arrival, Growing expressed concern that he had been outfluffed. This suggests the existence of a fluff-based hierarchy. My station in such a system would be predictably low, but Argos is adamant in ignoring even Alpha. Its fluffiness level is impossible to gauge. Seems you will need to intervene. You're the fluffiest of them all, dear Argos. You're so fluffy. Argos gives an exasperated snort before motioning to his back. Seems you have permission to climb aboard. You have secured the creature's permission? Curious. Is it your fluffy tail which provides such exemplary standing in the hierarchy? What do they say if you don't have a tail? I have allowed myself to become distracted. Let us continue on the Watcher at once. To the Watcher at once. I did sleep, but I guess I just need more sleep. Come along, children. Oh my god, the Watcher looks like, Grandma, can you please tell us stories? I was bemused by the arrival of these small visitors, but I see they are a companion of yours. What a rare thing for my abode to be thus crowded. How may I be of service to you? Hello, Watcher. My purpose here is to learn more about the ancients. I would know of their deeds, their philosophies, the very nature of their hearts. I would understand why the final days were visited upon my home star. A worthy endeavor. But there is another better suited to assisting you with that task. Perhaps you may favor us with a tale or two of the ancients you met during your travels, Vice. My fragmented memories will be a pale substitute indeed for the clarity of your more recent experiences. I guess it's story time. And then Emet-Selch did this, and he had amnesia, and he said, remember the legacy. He entrusted us, but he didn't remember. And Hythlodaeus kept on making him do things, dragged him around. Thank you for the hydrate. Yes, I can envision every detail. Your meeting with Vana and Emet-Selch and Hythlodaeus. The sorrow and determination of Hermes. I am a creation of Hydaelyn, and as such I believe the age of the ancients would fade and be forgotten. Yet knowing that their memory lives so vividly within you, it brings me great joy. I pray you keep them close to your heart. At the time of your journey to the past, the one whose essence I embody would have been a scholar at Anider. A shame. Had you reason to go there, perhaps you might have met. As a man of learning, he was firm friends with Vana. They spent long hours trading theories or debating the laws of the universe. I remember joining her faction as the final days bore down upon us. Yet of the events surrounding that tragedy, I recall precious little. So he was one of the people in the memory Y'shtola found. Hydaelyn wished for the people of your age to decide their own path. Thus I suspect my recollection was limited by design. Yet even she could not cut away one persistent memory. I feel most distinctly his sadness at what was to come to pass. In becoming Hydaelyn's heart. And now would forever stand apart from the people she so loved. If she were so resolved in her convictions, then he too would share her sleepless vigil over the future yet to unfold. Thus was the vow he made to Vana as her transformation took hold. His fervent wish must have reached her in some fashion, for though his life was drained away by the summoning, he was reborn with a new form and new purpose when I awoke as the Watcher of the Moon. As you heard Vice, you felt, you thought, and in seizing the future for yourself, have you brought full circle the saga which Vina began. What you accomplished was no divine miracle. It was but the beacon of hope, passed down from one generation to the next, a succession of wishes and prayers reshaping the star into the world we knew you deserved. You have our deepest gratitude. I thank you not only as myself, but as the man I once was, and on behalf of those who devoted themselves to Vina's vision. I understand the facts of your story, Vice, but not how you have chosen to process them. On what grounds do you speak of Vina with such fondness? What the fuck? By sundering the world, she ultimately guided your kind to victory, yet in doing so caused irreparable damage to its individual members. The full scale of that act is beyond calculation. It is evident, however, that it resulted in a protracted period of suboptimal existence for Emet-Selch and his brethren. Query: if the survival of your kind is the deciding factor in your evaluation, then should you not also admire Hermes and his decision to subject man to a trial? Forcing you to change or perish, as was the fate of countless civilizations before you. From my perspective, his determination was similar to that of the Omicron's ancestors, those who first began trading flesh for machines so that our people might stand against the onslaught of aggression from other races. It was an unprecedented attempt accompanied by much failure and sacrifice. Their early experiments were crude, primitive. Had they not made those first advances, however, we would have remained vulnerable to our environment. The violence would have utterly consumed us. And what of Emet-Selch himself? Judging by your retelling, he was a benevolent ally saddled with a tragic fate. Yet I remember the years when my instruments fed me data from events across the entire star. During that time, I witnessed his Ascians engineer multiple instances of cataclysmic strife. These calamities, as you know them, are responsible for planet-wide destruction. A man whose endgame relied upon the extinction of all modern mortals must, by definition, be your worst enemy. I require an answer. As a being of heart and soul, how do you classify each of these pivotal figures? From your perspective, which of them was most justified in their actions? Here's the thing. They were all justified in their own way. Everyone was right. We all wanted to live. I think I understand. You seek a definitive answer, yet based on our experiences, Vice and I might develop very different opinions. In the same fashion, you are free to form your own thoughts on the matter. Do not be so swift to consider them without merit. I do not have my own thoughts on the matter. I assess each situation with the same logic pathways available to every Omicron. Even if 1,000 Omicrons are asked to analyze the same event, they would all return the same result, regardless of individual experience. There is no strength to be found in fractured reasoning. Nonetheless, I find your input valuable, recording data alongside interview results. This concludes my investigation into the incomplete elements of the final day's report. I will reanalyze the accumulated information and examine the factors which led to Sir's incomprehensible decision. Let us return to Thalmazin. How is this a gold side quest? It's not even a blue side quest. It's not even MSQ. I know it doesn't unlock anything, but it's just like the fact that none of this will ever be addressed. No one will know that this is ever addressed unless they happen upon it by chance or someone told them, which is why I'm doing this. I'm assuming that acronym is Guild Wars 2. I have no idea what Guild Wars 2 is. This is a really great game, though. Blue quests aren't important side quests. I know that they're to unlock additional content, but a lot of what I've been hearing was like blue quests unlock stuff, but they also have amazing story. Little do I know, there are also just many other side. It's just some side quests you will just simply stumble upon gold. Like, hey, you want to tackle philosophical existentialism when related to MSQ? Man, oh man, here's the quest for you. We still need to figure out what the audio tape said. There you are, right at the last moment. Your journey with Omega was properly educational, I hope. I plan to ask you all about it and that mystery transmission besides, but I'm afraid something urgent has come up. Seems one of our Ironworks associates have fouled up a job elsewhere, and Jesse needs Wedge and me to rush in and lend a hand. There's an airship already waiting for us out in the harbor, in fact. I think you could escort us over there and talk as we walk. Alright. Hi, Mary. God damn it! Close in the distance! What the fuck? So, you've cleared up all those points of confusion then? Omega? I had mistakenly classified your intangible heart as an ability of some kind. An uncanny power that Omicrons could neither learn nor even measure. Even now, its full nature yet eludes my comprehension. Based upon our investigations, however, I have decided to alter my definition. Oh? A phenomenon which influences one's interpretation of reality. That is as close to an answer as I have found. Accordingly, Sir's actions upon meeting Metian strongly indicate the presence of a heart. Sir did not follow routine logic, but formulated an independent assessment based upon the reality it perceived. It felt the best recourse for the Omicrons was to cease their expansion and terminate all functions. still walking. Well, here's our ship. You need to be going, but first, I'll hold you to our bargain, Omega. It's time you told us what was in that transmission from the flight logs. Acknowledged. I will uphold the terms of our agreement. The recording salvaged from the Ragnarok was a simple one. The message is so basic, in fact, that the time spent listening to it may result in a net loss of value. Shall I continue? Now you're just teasing. Tell us the message already. Acknowledge. Converting dialect coding to a local language. To whomever receives this message out there in the vast reaches of the cosmos. To someone, I hope, who looks up at the stars with the same wistful gaze as mine. To you I say, forge ahead. May all our tomorrows be blessed with joy. This message has no designated recipient. It lacks purpose. The concept of joy is overly abstract. The vocal supplication to manifest said joy is unrealistic in its optimism. Yet based upon their expressions, my assessment of the transmission's value conflicts with its apparent impact. And still I fail to understand you, sir. Your heart still confuses me. Was termination of everything the correct course? How did you arrive at this conclusion? It defies all my attempts at reasoning. But I was designed to evolve. If I continue to learn, the probability that I eventually comprehend this phenomenon is greater than 0. So I will put the dilemma of your decision aside for now. And continue my existence upon this star, as I dwell among these many life forms. So will I continue to piece together the complete shape of their mortal hearts. I must document their progress. Oh, is that a side quest? Oni and Crybae, thank you so much for the follow. How is that a side quest? Dude, I was like tearing up because I was just like... Meteon went to all those stars and couldn't find anyone. But there was someone! There was! There was someone out there! Do you guys know the phrase of like when you're like shouting into the void and you don't ever expect an answer? Like, I'm not saying Meteon needed to look harder, but if only she knew that someone out there was shouting into the void. Hoping. Oh my, I don't, how would things have changed? Oh God. Your contribution to my education is appreciated, Rice. Indeed, I have amassed a satisfying quantity of valuable data. Now that our negotiated business is complete, however, Alpha and I will return to traveling the world. Drawing on recent experience, I am confident we can expand the radius of our ventures by a significant margin. We need not limit ourselves to Eorzea. I am now familiar with Sharlayan and Radz-at-Han. I would also like to revisit the freezing climes of Garlemald. I neglected to instruct Biggs on which to upgrade my climate shielding. I will reroute my request to Deputy President Jesse. Engaging ambulation and parting salutations. Farewell, Vice. Alpha gives you a vigorous shake and draws forth a scrap of paper from under his wing. It seems he wants you to have it. Perhaps this is his way of thanking you? We get Flo together from this quest? Swiftly, Alpha. The road is long and we have barely begun our journey. Leave him alone. Yeah, I know flow together is what we use to spar. Then, I know there was one other... I know there were more quests, but one quest I did want to do was the epilogue to Pandemonium, which was a present from the present. I need to figure out where that quest is. Oh, a present from the present. There it is. God. How is this? Are these side quests, man? If you guys have missed these, I really hope you go and play them for yourselves. Holy shit. Endwalker just usually cries every stream X-Pack. Dude, I thought that was Shadowbringers for me, honestly. This one starts at the harbor, the old Sharlayan harbor. It's called a Heartless Hypothesis. But this one is a present. Oh my god! A present from the present. Oh, you must be Vice. Why, you look exactly as Professor Clodian described. It's a pleasure to finally meet you. His stories of your foray into Pandemonium have been an endless well of acknowledgement and entertainment. In fact, there's a small matter that has arisen with regard to the facility that he wishes to discuss with you. To Aporia, I guess. Meaning you saw no way. Oh wait, no. Speak with Clodian. Hold on. Whoa. I passed right by him. Welcome back, guys. Vice! You are ever a sight for sore eyes. I trust you've been well since last we spoke. Good, good. Now, as much as I like to reminisce, it will serve us both better if I cut to the quick. I asked you to discuss a matter concerning Arctonio, so I'm sure you remember. Yes. I certainly do, for his memories reside within me still. Every so often my mind's eye glimpses the grim spectacle of the final days. Though there are also visions of a simpler time. Did he make a mini version of himself? And when I saw a warder under siege by colleagues, they demand to know why a tiny Arctonios was running amok in the halls of Pandemonium. On hearing that the mammoth was created out of profound admiration, my past self only gave a rueful smile. Then Themis would have been a far superior choice of subject. Alas, I suppose you've never seen the man. Inadvertently revealing deflection, we believe. As Themis' duties as emissary kept him away from Pandemonium, Arctonius doubtless grew to miss his dear friend. And we know what Themis looked like, so we thought, why not make a mammoth here and send it as a gift? We employed a local artisan to take care of the first step. The resulting work is masterful indeed. I'm gonna punch a wall. I'm gonna punch a wall. I'm gonna punch through my monitor. Since you're the only one among us who could return to Pandemonium, might I ask you to deliver this to Arctonios? You can count on it! Thank you, Vice. I suspect that he will be overjoyed. I recalled more of his memories. I noticed that Arctonius seldom expressed his own desires. Perhaps it would be unspoken rule in society of the ancients. Nonetheless, I would very much like to do something for him. A small kindness is the least we owe him. Magic can still reach Pandemonium from the Neus and Elpis. Once there, the keywords will surely assist you in tracking him down. Oh my god, I can't wait to make a special delivery. It would be insane if they allowed you to make a like one-time customizable mammoth. I feel like that would be so cute to have. I feel like they would sell it at the Mog Station and it would be so incredibly expensive it wouldn't even be funny. But you know, one can dream. How awful people would make it. I feel like sometimes I forget how bad people can do things. Turn good things into bad. I'm trying to think, like, what would be... I don't know. Why do we always have to consider the possibility that people just constantly ruin things? Man. This is why we can't have nice things. Eric, Tony, we have a gift. Hi, Hegemony. How are you doing after your concussion? Are you returned to us so soon, Vice? Not as a miss, I hope. This gift is for Arctonios, you say? A man much in demand of late. People expect great things of him now, greater than he's prepared for, by his estimation. Thus is he at this very moment studying at the words of Laha-brea. Under his father's tutelage, he hopes to gain further mastery over the creations here, that he may one day become keyword himself. Oh my god, he's taking over the family business! Although Master Laha-brea's harsh methods have more than once driven him to the verge of surrender, his determination to prove himself always drags him back to the brink. That is a fucked thing to say. Option 3 is a fucked thing to say. That sounds like Arctonios, alright. Indeed. And while I'm certain he would enjoy seeing you, I wonder if he would rather the reunion occur after he has come into his own. That said, I understand why you wish to be there when he sees your little Themis simulacrum. Would that I could witness his reaction myself. Keyword Hegemony. We received word from Arctonios. He says he'll be soon returning. He'll soon be returning. His message is well received. Yes. I see in this a tidy solution. When he arrives, can you tell him to attend me here? Say that there is something I would show him. Dude, I can't wait for his reaction. I want you to choose a suitably dark place from which to eavesdrop on our conversation. When the moment is right, send the poppet his way. Thus we shall both be privy to his reaction, even as you remain undetected, while such subterfuge would usually fall outside of my duties as keyword. Rest assured I am happy to help. Oh my god. Why are we pranking him? Where? Okay. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I see that Master Laha-brea has not softened. You've done well to endure his methods. Sometimes I feel he's become even more difficult. Were I not recently made privy to his true nature, I would have abandoned hope within moments. Such is his way of nurturing your talents, I suppose. I know, he still aggravates me, but I've come to see that even our quarrels are means to know him better. As the father and one of the 14 both. Mini Themis! Dude, Mini Themis is locked in. Ah yes, I called you here because I had something to show you. Go, little guy, go! Go! Fly, my scarab! God, he's so cute. Themis? Why are you so small? Another poppet, I see. But who managed to render such a striking likeness? They asked me not to divulge their identity. I can say only that they have your best interests at heart. A curious. I think such a gift would arrive so soon after I met with the man himself. He paid a visit recently? I happened to run into him at the Words of Laha-brea. It was my first time speaking with him in his capacity as a Litobus, but he was as friendly as ever. He told me of yet more beleged plants from the world of Halmarut, which had escaped and taken root in a region designated for lograph creations, making proper assessment quite impossible. Themis was called upon to judge whether to switch testing grounds for convenience or uproot the unwelcome creations. So soon after returning from Pandemonium, he says he finds such minor squabbles a welcome change. And of course we spoke of vice. Aww! Naturally. Perhaps we can ask your admirer to make a likeness of herself as well. As much as I would like that, I don't believe it would suit her. Unlike Themis and I, Vice isn't bound to her own small domain. I think she would rather belong to the entire star. To keep her, or even an imitation confined here, would feel wrong. Vice and Themis are both dear friends, and I need no tangible proof to be certain of our bond. So I admit that it would be nice to have a reminder of at least one of them around. Can't we leave something behind? Now, I believe you have duties to return to, if you wouldn't mind fetching those reports from Peripateon, the new creation sent from Elpis. Gladly, keyword hegemony, and little Themis here will come with me. Oh my god, he's so cute! He's like, yeah! Can we get a little Erictonios minion? Please? And can they have an interaction? Please? I'm sad that we couldn't even say hi. Oh, we do have an Erictonios minion. Oh my god, we do have an Erictonios minion. That turned out well, when you say. Erictonius is a new companion. You're able to witness his joy at meeting him. Each and every warder here owes you a great debt. But that charming charade help repay mine in some small way. I must attend to my own work, but I wish you all the best. Whether or not we meet again, fare thee well, Vice. This was so cute. This was so stupidly cute. Hehe. Wait, there is no special interaction between Themis and the Erictoni minion? What the hell? There you are, Vice. Judging by the grin on your face, I trust that the mammoth is safely in Erictonius' hands. I knew he could count on you. May that doll provide him some small reprieve from the stresses of his station. Speaking of which, I know you have to pull yourself from your own adventures to take care of this little errand, so I don't intend to let you go unrewarded. That's why we commissioned 2 mammoths from the start. I dare say Themis will be delighted to travel a whole new era by your side. Hehehe. I love this. I love this so much. I still don't like the fact that he still has the heart of Savik. I did not know that would trigger a cutscene. Our research into the heart of Savik has led us through many magnificent legends and tales from bygone civilizations, some of which mention, or at least hint at, the presence of Athena, Arisite, and the High Seraph Ultima. While we have formed an operating theory based on our findings, it is impossible for us to confirm its feasibility given your experience with the High Seraph. However, I think of no one better with whom to discuss it. Although we know not the precise timing of the High Seraph's visit to the star, we do know that Athena somehow came into possession of a mysterious crystal said to be the source of destructive magic known as Ultima. According to Laha-brea, it was Athena who gave this crystal the name Arisite, and from her tireless research was born the Heart of Sabik. The Heart of Sabik contained not only Athena's memories, but a concentration of aether unlike anything we have observed. Even a small portion of it could level mountains. It's like a nuke, and we're just letting you guys have it? It did, in fact, level Castrum Meridanium not so long ago. Exactly! Records of your previous encounter with Laha-brea imply that the heart was, for a time, in the hands of the Allegan Empire. Doubtless, it was the Ascian himself who gifted it to them, thus sowing the seeds of calamity. The Allegans made little progress towards penetrating its mysteries, but some scholars attribute the fact that they were able to use it at all to theoretical encounters between Aleg's researchers and the High Seraph. Regardless of its journey, however, we do know that the Heart of Sabik returned to Laha-brea's clutches soon after the fourth umbral calamity. The rest hardly bears going over again. Tracing the legends of Arisite back to their source suggests that the High Seraph may be the cause of countless tragedies, including our most recent one. Regardless of the Arisite's source, however, it was Athena's bottomless ambition that set the wheels of tragedy in motion. I found one of Laha-brea's remarks most odd. While we were discussing Athena, he said that he was a fool to think she could be confined. He didn't elaborate on the statement, but I think there's a possibility that Pandemonium was built not as a prison for failed creations, but to contain his very own wife. That's essentially putting your wife in a jail, like a padded cell, but also gave her a whole laboratory with it. What made you think that okay. We already know he was well aware of the influences that Arisite had on Athena. It is not beyond the realm of possibility that Pandemonium's true purpose was to keep her isolated from the other ancients. She brought her son to be a worker there! Even so, she had the freedom enough to continue her research outside of Laha-brea's purview. Perhaps it was his love for her that kept him from tightening his grip on her activities. Listen, I do feel some degree of sympathy for Laha-brea, but I feel like at certain points, brother, made proper shows of gratitude to Scott Montachine and Master Fortunal for their efforts to search for me. Well, I don't know how I feel about that revelation, but okay, alright. Alright, here's the thing. There's probably a better chance that I tackle the rest of these side quests on Saturday. Because I think, hold on, you guys wanted me to do the present for the present from the present, our Heartless Hypothesis. And then some people listed Secret in the Box, sandwiches and pretzels. Doll Dash, and then Scion has suggested the Savage Unlock 2. Most likely, we'll probably do that. Aren't the Beaver quests all the way back in Shadowbringers? Savage Unlock is right here and it only takes a minute? Okay. Here's the thing. How are they gonna say that we're redoing Pandemonium again? What's the excuse? Actually be relatively short? Okay, well, let's do this. Thank you for delivering our gift to Erictonios. Now I can turn to writing my tales, or my reports. Recount the tales as Asphodelos. There's a beaver in Charlian? What? Professor Clodian has asked me to write a detailed record of your investigation. If you wouldn't mind staying for a while, I would ask you to tell me more of your adventures in the past. Adventures that started with the mysterious crystals seemingly containing a message declaring a crisis in this pandemonium. Of course, Professor Clodian will eventually make a report, but we are deficient on concrete facts at the present. I suppose a comprehensive catalog of the beasts you encountered in the Asphodelos circles would be a fine starting point. I require every gory detail. Oh, don't mind if I do. Nemgigi! I brought the volumes you asked for, but are you quite certain we need all of this just to research the crystals? Some of these habitats of aquatic life forms and myths and folklore of the phoenix, for example, seem to have little bearing on the subject. In fact, many of these tomes seem to be related to the creatures the Pandemonium Vice spoke of. Surely we have better things to do with our time. Vice has already encountered and subdued them, so what use could further insight offer? Yeah, Nemgigi? On the contrary, Rusinod, we would be remiss in our duty as academics not to take every opportunity to learn more of these subjects. To view the creatures of bygone times through the lens of modern science is a dream so few have the chance to achieve. Of course, I'll not deny a personal interest in the matter. As I thought, while there were enough relevant volumes for me to fulfill your request this once, if you wish to sate your appetite for knowledge again, might you do so on your own time? Shall we proceed? Tell me everything you remember, and please spare not a single detail. I don't easily frighten, you may be assured. You might start with your battle with this transformed warder, Erictonios, was it? I'd also like to hear the keyword and the nature of his metamorphosis. So, did you know that ancients, instead of stripping naked, they just transform into their true selves? Your stories have given me more than enough to write sufficiently thorough description. What? Wait a minute. Define lurid. Very vivid in color. We're gonna show up on his AO3. Perhaps we should also include basic theories concerning the growth and behavior of these creatures. It would give our little catalog some flavor, wouldn't you agree? Aquatic life forms in our time have been observed to grow sizes that are orders of magnitude larger than their larval forms. Oh my god. Are you just gonna make everything bigger? Now don't look at me as a mad magus. Breakthroughs have been precipitated even by wilder theories than that. You mustn't let logic stand in the way of brilliance. I feel like this is not very scientific. Are we making records or creating fairy tales? So long as I make a note in the margins of my records indicating that a theory is unproven, we can let our imaginations run wild. Yes, I said our. You needn't be a researcher to have an idea that will leave its mark for generations. I don't know if I'm excited about that. Tales of Abyssos and Beyond. Helen, and thank you for the sub. Please use the emotes for good and not evil. Guys, may I have a moment? I'd like to hear your battles in Abyssos and Tartaros. While I have no difficulty producing reports for the forum with general summation of events, it'll help with the finer details, for the record. You've been watching the VODs for some kid. Welcome! Welcome to the live stream, gang! Oh my god, thank you so much for watching the VODs. Welcome in! We were just wrapping up some side quests that we were doing that apparently I really am flabbergasted that they're all side quests. For the record, you say? Come on now, be honest. Admit it's to sate your own curiosity. I've seen the tomes you've left behind, scattered about the laboratory. These theories of creatures both real and imagined. I will not, and dare I say should not, deny an intellectual stake in the matter, but surely Vice will understand that a thorough recounting will help Professor Clodian's research as well. I feel like I don't know if this is correct science. I don't think this is how such science should be operated. Fascinating. Wait, the carbuncle can get worse? Wait, the carbuncle gets worse? I don't want a worse carbuncle. Oh, Rusuna, one day you too shall develop the keen instincts of a researcher. Then you shall understand that it is impossible to not wonder once the spark of imagination has been struck. Vice's stories have already set several theories in my— Stop thinking! What? The proto-carbuncle was already— It ate me! I was bored! In front of a live studio audience! Take Hephaestus, for example. It would not be a great leap to assume that he studied at length the regenerative and death-defying properties of a phoenix. That is just the tip of the proverbial berg. I feel bad for Nimgigi, but I'm also scared. Nimgigi, what? He doesn't look like someone you'd want to make mad. I was hoping you would be more supportive. Vice, very well. I shall include only conjecture that is directly relevant to the contents of the report. Please stop your imagination. I never thought I would say that, but please stop your imagination. I can only be killed in oh so many ways. People die when they are killed! Vice, may I have a moment of your time? I would very much like to hear of the battles you fought with the Pandemonium that appeared in our age. I was not there to write down a blow-by-blow account. Your testimony will be a welcome and flavorful addition to my works. Please don't make the Pandemonium crab worse. I'm particularly fascinated. Do not be fascinated by Athena. That was your first mistake. And cannot help but wonder what she would have become if left to her devices. We were terribly close to finding out, and doubtless if it would have been one of the last revelations of our lives. But she may not have gone so far if not for the Arisite, which magnified her desires to an almost incomprehensible degree. Just how it could influence one is so a matter well beyond the ken of modern scholarship. I believe you saw how twisted those under its sway can become when you face the Lucavi? Just what designs did Ultima the High Seraph have in bestowing the gift of the Arisite to those poor souls? If Athena had achieved her dream of godhood, she may very well have been able to bend even Arisite to her will, and soon the world would have followed suit. Nimgigi, I need you to calm down. What a chilling end to my story and, fascinating theory to add to my report, of course. I must scour our documents for any supporting evidence. Ah, now I understand why you sent Rusuna to fetch any scrap containing even a hint of crystalline machinations. Professor Clodian! I had noticed that important tasks were being left neglected, and when I inquired as to the reason, poor Rusuna explained that he could barely keep up with your requests. Something must be done about this new obsession of yours. You must pursue it until you find the answers you— No, Clodian! Please! MGG is gonna have make a savage multiple phase there's a phase 2 in P12. Clodian, please! PF is in shambles! I believe you are on your way to discovery that shall make you the envy of your peers, myself included. We often find breakthrough only after shattering the rules of conventional research, and I shall tend to Rusunat's task, but you must promise me that your report will be a thing of wonder. Clodian, PF is dead. It's dying. Of course, Professor, you have my word. I shall give every scenario a fair shake. Where evidence is lacking, imagination shall fill the gap. She'll blend the lines between fantasy and science so skillfully that you'll doubt if they were ever there at all. On the floor, there are lines. And sometimes the lines are circles. I would expect no less from one of my assistants. Before you put pen to parchment, I would be honored if you share some of your idle musings with me. I will, Professor, I will! If you have any interest advice, and I know you do, stop by any time and I'll share with you my most recent theories. I am scared of I'm scared with what you will become. I still think that the heart of Sabik is gonna come bite us in the butt at one point. Well, maybe one day we'll farm it. But speaking of farming, tomorrow we have Community Day. It's gonna be Moogle Tome Day. It's gonna be fun. I'm excited. It's gonna be Moogle Tome Day, and then I know we have a few more side quests you guys asked before we start patch MSQ. So maybe Saturday will be the day where I finish up those side quests. Is ocean fishing in the Moogle tomes? I guess we're going ocean fish. God damn it, I have to clean my inventory. Oh. I guess. Yeah, I guess. Alright. So tomorrow we're gonna do Moogle Tomes, and I guess we're ocean fishing. We're gonna be farming that, so we're gonna do that in the Discord, so please join us if you're interested. That being said, considering on Sundays we have a movie night, the poll is I think it's still running for what movie we're watching on Sunday. I think the poll closes... Hold on, let me take a look. The poll is closing in 29 hours. And right now, A Silent Voice is winning. So I guess you guys just all want to cry on Saturday. I mean, Sunday. And on Saturday, I'll stream at my usual time. And we'll probably be doing the side quests and preparing to start patch, because next week, so long as nothing goes wrong, Tuesday, I start 6.1. I also Saturday am debating on whether or not we want to start a whole new bingo board that's just for the post-patch content. But if you guys are interested, we'll make it on Saturday as well. We're not complete. So you guys want to carry over the Endwalker board? We don't want a new post-patch Endwalker bingo board? We'll talk about it on Saturday. But thank you guys so much for hanging. Today was definitely a little bit more like I love that we're having a lot of chill days. I really do appreciate that that's what we're doing. Yes, thank you for the spreadsheet, Nomad. Yeah, after 6.1, we're gonna do the Alliance raid, and if there are side stuff to be done, we'll do that as well. Alright, I think I know exactly who we're gonna raid. We're gonna raid an old friend, Zay! I think they are doing... Are they PvPing Pokemon right now? They're in the middle of a subathon, so it's gonna be a great time. Otherwise, feel free to join us in the Discord. And also if you're like an Musume fan, we're like going through a whole Musume thing. Otherwise, yeah, please stick around. Zay is such a lovely bean. But as always, thank you guys so much for sticking around, showing me lots of love always. I would not be here if it weren't for you guys. But anyway, have a good morning, afternoon, afternoon, evening, and night. And I'll see you guys either tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, or next week. Alright? Goodbye. Bye-bye. Have a good night.